number one strat of their qualifier run, Zeus, Ember, and Mag. These three heroes they picked a lot, and they were dominant, so this would be exciting.
Go back to what you know when it's one game on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the final game of the Grand Final, and therefore the final game here at the International 2018. The draft is ready. Earthshaker is on PSG.LGD's side, but we'll see how Destiny unfolds this time.
I feel like Chalice is going to have such a good game.
Exciting for sure. I mean, kind of unique conversations as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from both coaches this time as we get ready for the last game.
All right, guys, so we figured we would take advantage of the fact that this is the final game. The players cannot hear what we are talking about out here, so we thought we would ask the coaches to tell us what they can about what we can expect from their teams. Tell us everything you got.
Well, you should expect magic, because this is what we did so far, right? The only thing that we were thinking about is if we pick Lina or Zeus in the end, and we had a little struggle there because like you need to be a top zone hero that is like comfortable. Lina has like disable, Zeus is kind of bad against Kanka because you get caught, you know, we don't have a proper save, and we wanted Zeus more because it has more value against the Terrorblade. So, I mean, everyone is happy with the draft, we're gonna go along with it.
357, same question. Helen is helping us translate as well. What can you tell us about your strategy for this final game?
这是第5盘了，选手听不到我们现在说的话，我们想听你最真实的想法。这第5把怎么样？
我觉得就是这个宙斯这个点，如果能处理好就还好吧。宙斯这个点蛮克 TB 的。
If we can take off the Zeus, then we're all good because Zeus is a counter against Terrorblade.
Confidence level?
自信心满吗？自信心满度。
很有自信，可以的。
Very confident, we can do it.
Confidence level?
Over 9,000.
All right, casters, this is your grand final.
Thank you very much, KC. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game 5 of the TIA Grand Finals between PSG.LGD and OG. And it all starts right here. Boys, what do we reckon about this final draft from both teams that we're going to see in this Game 5?
I'm still resetting. I'm still resetting, honestly.
Oh man, Game 4. Whew, what a game. But here in this Game 5, yeah, we have the Zeus versus Terrorblade, first phase Terrorblade. Not really vulnerable to that many picks, but as Professor Roll was talking about, yeah, Zeus and Lina, one of the best. I don't think Thompson's Lina's been particularly fantastic, but his Zeus the other day was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, in particular, just a lot of ults. Of course, like if they can get if they can make the Magnus go. That's the big thing I'm looking for, OG. Can they actually enable this Magnus? Can he enable their corners as well? And how much can they make happen in this bottom lane?
Dude, Seb has been spamming that hero.
He has been.
Plays Magnus nonstop, and his team is really good about capitalizing on his RPs. Normally, there's like, you know, that 1 second delay. It's like, oh, he RP'd, but I think with Seb on the Magnus, they know when it's going to happen.
On this game, this top lane should be extremely difficult for OG. This Batrider, unless he gets really pressured by the early treants, should be able to have a really good time versus Ember and Nature's Prophet. He just run them down with a fissure if he gets some stacks up. Mid matchup, I think Somnus should be able to have a fine time, and they can even have the kill threat on rotations. But Thompson also shouldn't get killed by himself by any means as a Zeus.
No, we should expect to see Thompson have a much better time against Somnus compared to when he was playing his Invoke.
Absolutely.
I think this game, the team fight is very even on both sides. So you have the Magnus on one side, you have the Silencer to counter it, you have the Batrider, but he's only single target relative to a huge amount of AoE damage coming out from OG, so I think these lineups are fairly equal.
Yeah, the thing I like about OG's draft is they have, the one thing I always look at when you're playing versus a Silencer is a way to get vision of where that Silencer is in the team fight. So they've got the Zeus ability to do that, and then they can pierce the backlines with an Ember Spirit to get on top of it, so that can be pretty nice for them. But as for LGD, they do have a lot of ways of initiating fights. They have their Kunkka to start it, and then they have the follow-up with Global Batrider and Earthshaker. It's a lot of ways to actually initiate and counter-initiate.
I mean, Kunkka has also been maybe's best hero this tournament. He has just been destroying on that. And it is a pretty easy lane for Zeus, but actually even in CS.
Yeah, I think his Kunkka and his Storm for me have been unbelievable. probably see the similar build that he's been doing on that Kunkka. Maybe not double bracer, but at least one of those bracers, and this time he's going to go for like the magic wand. HyperX. Heavy harass will be.
And a lot of potential for Xnova this game to have a huge impact. We've seen from the silencers through and through this competition so many times these sort of big team fights put to a halt. You've got to be careful if you're this Ember or if you are, of course, Seb on the Magnus in terms of holding on to the RP in top lane. Bit of a block off here onto Ana. He's got the stick charges. He does have 3 stacks of sticky napalm upon him as Chalice diving in. Gets that first blood. Tanks up a bit of the tower, but he's able to get his way out of it. It's PSG.LGD. Off to a strong start in this top lane.
Yeah, a little bit of a risky move by Noto. He TP'd, but he didn't TP back home. He TP'd to pull away, and Ana was just let out there by his lonesome.
They have to go for those type of kills constantly in the top lane, because Batrider, you don't really last hit that great in the laning phase. You're just going to get your last hits through your Firefly once you're able to do some stacks and whatnot. So they have to play very aggressive up clear whenever they see an opportunity if Ana steps up too far. Bottom lane going very well. Seb is doing a great job with that Empower. They're really messing with Ame's last hits with the Fate Bolt as well. You see he's got that massively reduced damage. He's sitting at 40 compared to Seb's 80. So just making it that much easier for the Magnus to put the pressure onto Ame.
Yeah, the Quelling Blade can only do so much for him. And next Nova, I mean, he doesn't have any points of plays with Wisdom, and he can't really harass Seb. Magnus is actually surprisingly tanky in lane. Yeah. Really hard to harass out.
Ame's going to use the Metamorphosis to try and catch up in the CS. Get a bit of harass onto Jax and Seb if possible. Try and close that gap between himself and Seb as you talk about. Seb with that lead. Second highest in CS level with his Ember Spirit at the moment.
This is not an easy Magnus game, by the way. As soon as he jumps
into the greedy build like we were mentioning, he is going to go for that Yasha since he has all those different forms of protection from his teammates.
A decent amount ahead as well. 15 minutes, 5k advantage. PSG.LGD hitting all these timings, and on top of that hurt, he's already 1200 towards the Shadowblade Somnus.
In that mid lane.
They look for the setup, straight from the torrent. They get the connection into the boat, but the Sleight of Fist actually going to be able to come out in time. It may not matter though, Xnova's in, but the Remnant's out. He'll get himself back to safety, Ana.
What a great sleight.
Yeah, dodges everything there. During all this though, the warding.
Oh, there's a blink coming out from Seb. Has it been scouted out? No, the Zerber ward's on the low ground. They don't see this coming at all.
Let's see if Seb can get a big jump. Chalice and FY rather close to one another at the moment as they hide behind that tower. Seb.
Look at FY's position though. He is so deep in the trees. Perfect place.
And they go. For Chalice, the change will catch in the root. It's going to be down onto the Ember Spirit. Fisher as well onto Seb. And now that he's got that blink, the Urn's down on him as well as the curse. Seb's got to skew himself away. He cannot blink in.
That's not the way you want your blink dagger to go though.
He's trying to TP away. Is he going to get out? He is. No, he's not. He ticks down in base. As they'll find themselves Jerax as well. Global silence being used as they'll chase down the Rubik. 2 more kills for LGD. Thompson found in the river.
That was just perfect position coming out from FY over there. He was ready. Even if he had the RP, I don't think he would have been able to get the skewer off.
They are absolutely crushing this opening PSG.LGD.
I mean, they're feeling very confident because they're looking and they're like, there's a Rubik and an H-Prop on the team. The team fights are 100% in their favor. It's all going to be up to Seb if he can land those big RPs, but it's so hard, especially with all these wards. LGD always having vision in every situation before OG's even spin. That was OG's like best chance because it was not spotted.
And Zeus, normally he's pretty safe to go around and deal with. Not this game. He built a defensive item first on the Yules.
Look at this.
So his offensive power, normally you have like Aether Lens Veil at this point in the game. His team fight potential is simply not that great. So what do OG need to do? How do they win the team fights? How do they solve this game out? How do they wait for Empower, Ember Spirit to kind of take over the game?
I think they have to be able to play around the global. They can't just be waiting every single time for LGD to have every single ulti available. They have to be able to use, I think they have to be pushing lanes out a lot harder as well, even risking some lives from each other to try to set up these gameplays. Because if they just wait for RP in every single fight, there's no way they're ever going to be able to outpace LGD. Because they're just going to have more team fight in the occasions when RP is on cooldown.
Bottom lane. They're looking for the Terrorblade. TP's coming in. Can they kill him in time? Arme quick with the turn and the Sunder. He's back up to full. As now Anna rooted down by the Automator as he gets the slider fist off. They do have the control onto Arme. Can they kill him in time? Arme will fall, but so will Anna surely. He's got the Flame Guard giving him some resistance, but he'll still go down. Thompson using himself up into the air. OG, they found 2 so far, but Thompson's brought back into the boat from Somnus. They'll get themselves a third. They'll look to No Tail as No Tail fishes to the face from FY. As again, PSG.LGD just coming out on top of these trades. OG tried to get aggressive onto Arme, but the backup's there in time from LGD as they'll take the favorable trade, 4-2.
I do think that's what OG needs to be doing, though. They need to be trying to take these fights, even if they're a little over-aggressive and all. They can't just allow LGD to wait for their ultis to come up every single time, because now they've got Global and the Earthshaker ulti as well, which makes the fight just impossible for OG.
No hesitation there from Arme, as you saw, with a quick Sunder. Thompson able to get a decent amount of burst out, but it's just as soon as Somnus turns up the high, he hits a huge Tidebringer, I believe, onto 3 of them there.
They didn't have the Magnus during all this, though. You see Seb is trying to come into the fight, but they've already been outnumbered because of the position where they're in.
It's very typical for this Magnus. It looks like he wants to build a Greaves to deal with the global silence, but that means he's not going to have Shadow Blade. If they find it, they're instantly going to kill him. They're going to blow everything they can on Magnus. Without RP, they do not win the fight. Maybe they can steal. I mean, there's actually no huge spells to steal. You're not going to be able to steal global silence at this point. Echo is, so-so on a Rupit without Blink Dagger. So
it's like Fissure
Yeah,
and any of the maybe
Fissure.
the Kunkka Boat. The Kunkka Boat's also pretty significant if you can get it off, but.
Oh yeah, Kunkka Boat is huge. But I know the power with the level 4 and power and the offensive null field coming out from the thing. Now there's just way too much damage. Yeah, they have the hood on the Kunkka, but that's really just not saving anyone at all. He has a lot of HP. He's going for his heart build, but terrible versus Zeus.
And Jarax during all of this had Fissure, just constantly throwing those fissures in through the backlines. Seb able to find the opportunity after everybody dies. Global doesn't connect on, it connects on everybody, not in the best situation though, because they were all split up. So Somnus was stuck in the pit there for a while. And with all this wards on the high ground too, they were able to see whatever approach that FY wanted to take to get into doing. So he was getting controlled on the Shaker.
Ember's getting a lot of items out. He fought back, but I think he definitely came out on top there. And keep in mind, this is amplified by that power.
If he's able to get that Lincoln C, he's going to be so much safer. This Yule's pickup has saved him time and time again in these fights. With that Lincoln C, he has a lot more liberty.
I think they need a BKB on this Bat Rider too. He went for the Atos, which slows down his Blink Dagger, and it slows down his BKB even more.
Yeah, I'm surprised Somnus didn't go for the BKB either, going just for that straight hard. Wait, he loves the item.
Oh, no Tail. TP straight in here, right by the shrine.
Fissure stolen.
They do, they've got the setup onto FY. In comes Anna with the remnant of the Slight. A fist to find FY. OG, they're seeing if they can find more.
Arcane Rune on Ember Spirit. No way they take this fight.
Seb. And you get the jump in, they've got the Yules up onto X-Nova. Anna able to walk in, close the gap onto the Silencer. As OG taking 2 down, now leading in this game, 4K net worth advantage for the side, and still an Aegis.
Look at the experience drop too. It was both about 5K for LGD as OG make a huge turnaround.
We do have the Blink Dagger on the Terrorblade for LGD so that he can blink it, but I mean, the reflection is not great here at all. It's actually one of the worst reflection games that I've seen, so
yeah.
If he goes in and blinks, it's not super scary, and there's a ton of right click coming up from Ember Spirit with the BKB piercing disable with the Magnus, so I don't know. I'm not confident in this Terrorblade being able to take over this team fight.
I think they're just trying to, like, the 3 different Blink Daggers to start the fight with that Global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent. Cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's dead once, but on the side, they find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment. And all the Yules!
Echo gets
the
done.
dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slam. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kunkka. The stolen Fidget Jerax sets up onto FY. OG take 3 and up into the base. 28 minutes in, OG are threatening the high ground of PSG.LGD. This tier 3 tower going down, no buyback on FY, no buyback on Arme.
Arme just getting caught in the back lines of that fight, and then that Yule Scepter on
Yeah, it's way too many defensive abilities at this point. Yeah. Especially with GeForce. I mean, they started the fight on FY at the fissure, and after that, it's nearly impossible to kill Ana.
I mean, GeForce has been getting literally the most ideal steals in the last few situations. That bottom fight where they got the ghost shift, these last two fights where he's just had fissure every single time for his team.
And he doesn't exactly know when to use global. There's not exactly like the greatest point because they're not initiating with the Magnus. Ana's jumping in. Ana's getting jumped on. He's the one that's starting off the fight, and you don't really want to global because they have the Greaves up now on the Magnus. They have the Yules on the Ember Spear, so he can protect himself from that.
They've got the full axe on Zeus.
Yeah, this is time.
Everything is coming together here for OG.
Just took that one Roche.
Yep. I mean, we're getting a Rax. Look, everybody just picked up a full set of items. Getting close to a Lotus Orb now on the Furion 2, or on the Nature's Prophet. They've got the Guardian Greaves going for that pipe, and on Seb, just everybody has acquired so much after that last situation.
And FY in particular has slowed down. He had what, 12-minute Blink Dagger? Since then, he's picked up an Ogre Axe. That's it. In 17 minutes.
And OG's they're looking to fight here. They feel strong. They know that this Echo Slam is still on cooldown.
How long till RP is back up? RP's there, they look for the setup onto Arme. They get the chains onto him, jump forward, Seb! Oh, the RP's just on the tip, pulls him in, but it's not enough to buy time to kill him. There's Arme, there with the turnaround, pass the Sunder onto Ana. Ana's able to remnant out to the side. Chalice hiding in the trees, Thompson starting to throw out the lightning as Arme. Chalice backing away, skewer forward from Seb as he clears out the trees. Chalice still with a Firefly, getting himself away, will jump himself away from the Nimbus, backs himself up. X-Nova's got to be careful, he's incredibly low. They're looking to set up with the Torrent. Arme, he's been sprouted, the stolen Fisher from GeForce, out onto Arme, but F-Fights in with the slam. Is it enough? No, it's not. LGD, they've lost two yet again, but they have managed to find two in return. Anna's still alive, the Flame Guard keeping him fight again. The Sleight of Fist cuts down a second double kill for Ana. Chalice surrounded by 7 Ana here in the trees as OG get the team wipe.
Ana has been unbelievable with these Sleight of Fist.
Oh, Ana Ember Spirit, a thing that over the years we saw it before he had his break, and now back here at the International 2018, he's doing what we've seen him do many times before.
And OG's ready to keep going. They know that pretty much everything was expended by LGD there. The meta's on cooldown, the global's on cooldown, the echo's on cooldown. It's their time to shine.
Straight down the middle lane they go. Somnus dead for 40 seconds. The Kunkka does not have buyback for this defense.
They're having to use Echo to keep Ana down, and that is not what you want from your team fight, and Ana's not even dying in these fights.
That's a tier 3 tower gone.
Even for this next fight, GeForce actually stole Ghost Ship at the end of it, so he has this available.
There's a full pipe now, and there's the setup, the Nimbus, bam, the stolen bow, X-Nova gone. Buys back, but OG have taken a second melee Rax hit and a second range Rax. 20,000 net worth lead at 31 minutes.
They still want to keep going.
They absolutely do.
They know everything's still on cooldown.
Check the RP timing, it's nearly there again. It is. It's back up.
This could be the last hurrah for LGD here now as OG has pushed this game.
And they're forced to go full defensive items on LGD because they've been dying constantly in these fights, and there's this Zeus just throwing out tremendous damage output. And on the flip side, you have Seb. He is not forced to go BKB. He can go full team fight items with the Greaves and the pipe, and that goes a long way to Ana not dying.
LGD will have some time at least not having that last Rax be pushed. They will have all their abilities available again. But heavily on the back foot now as we see that gold advantage and that network and that experience advantage heavily in OG's favor.
They're in a really tough spot right now. If they jump Ana with everything and he has a Remnant out and he buys back, they're all dead and they lose the game and the international. So I don't exactly know what LGD's plan is here to try and win the next fight. Maybe jump Magnus because he can't be there in the fight. Maybe jump the Zeus, but I don't think jumping Ember will win this fight.
If they can somehow jump the Ember and not have to use absolutely everything to kill him, then that's going to be the dream. But it's been proven to be so hard versus Ana as he's just played this in such a good way.
And GeForce still has the Ghost Shot.
Here we go. OG with the smoke.
They've got all the momentum pushing in from those waves.
They power down the mid lane. Thompson and Ana leading the charge. Somnus on the front at the moment. He's back up to the high ground. PSG.LGD playing careful, making sure to not get jumped upon. As OG hide in the shadows, waiting to pounce. PSG.LGD won't fall for this one as of yet.
But they're getting suffocated. They're not able to walk outside of the base at all.
There's no tell. Oh, he drops the ward, but the sentry was down. They knew he was there. They'll catch him hiding in the tree. So now with the Nature's Prophet gone for 85, PSG.LGD can relax a little bit more.
But Roshan's almost up. They have the Nimbus Cloud inside to scout as soon as it comes up. And LGD, I don't think they can take a fight if they have the Aegis and Cheese.
Yep, I think they have to contest that next Rosh.
Yep.
We see them, they're going to be smoking out.
It's their best chance.
Coming in though.
Super obvious now that the mid lane hasn't been touched. And even more obvious.
And now they know.
They know exactly where they are, and OG are nowhere to be found. And sadly, Rosh is not even up.
And gets hit by the Nimbus as well, so. And a scan to throw on top.
Oh, there's an arcane root on the Zeus. That is one of the worst possible scenarios for LGD.
Oh, and a full Octarine
Full Octarine on Ana. Good luck controlling this Ember Spirit now. Level 23 as well. As Ana charges in. He finds himself the change. The boat is going to head over towards his way, but he uses up. His Linkers has been popped. Seb goes with the RP, dragging back the Kunkka. Can they kill off Somnus? He's very tanky without heart. It looks like he'll be fine. They'll get the chalice jump with the lasso onto the Ember Spirit, the FY Echo Slam as well onto Ana. Can they actually kill him off? They don't have the damage. Ana's able to get the Slider Fist out. There'll be a buyback from Thompson as Jarax, the Stolen Fisher onto 2, sets up for the double kill. Ana, he's found 2, and OG looking for more. Seb trying to hunt down Somnus, the dust upon him. Seb's got the skewer, he's got the blink up. Can he peel him back towards his teammates? He can't quite catch him. Somnus will be able to back up a no-tell. He's in with the Sprout, the chains, the setup's there. Ana closing in. He'll be forced to the side. Somnus, can he get himself back to the fountain? He'll turn, he'll clean out the summons there with the Tidebringer hit. But he's stuck in the tree line. Ana just going for the kill. Is Somnus still alive? They get themselves now a bigger target, potentially Arme. Arme, he's sprouted. He has got something. Can he get it off? He can't. Arme cut down as the tier 4s now being taken by OG. There's all the Tidebringer hits big with the Chalice. It's another down. OG, can they get Somnus? Somnus. He's doing his best to hold 10 seconds before he's got teammates back in. Seb peeling Somnus away from the fountain. Ana's on top of it. Somnus down to half health. He's trying to retrieve with the chains. They get themselves another Somnus taken down. Zame with a BKB reflection. Ana starting to be forced back. They have got X-Nova and FY back in the game now. No Echo Slam or Global. The Ancient is exposed. As OG, the Nimbus down. The shockwave from Seb gets themselves another. They're onto the Ancient. OG. OG have done it.
They have